Hey Cowboys Nation, let's go for another round of news from America's team. Watch until the end so you don't miss any news and sign up to stay tuned for everything that comes out about the Cowboys.
Former Dallas Cowboys quarterback is joining the Philadelphia Eagles. As reported by ESPN's Adam Schefter on Saturday, March 23, the Eagles are signing former Cowboys backup quarterback Will Greer. The 28-year-old Greer spent 2 seasons with Dallas, 2021-22, before he was released prior to the start of the 2023 season due to the trade acquisition of Trey Lance. Eagles are signing former Cowboys and Patriots QB Will Greer to a 1-year deal, per sources, Schefter wrote. In the past week, the Eagles now have added QBs Kenny Pickett and Greer. Will Greer has been journeyman backup QB during NFL career. Greer is now the 4th quarterback on the Eagles roster, joining the likes of Jalen Hurts, the recently acquired Kenny Pickett and second-year man Tanner McKee. Following his release from the Cowboys, Greer landed with the New England Patriots during the 2023 season. However, he didn't appear in a single game. He also spent time with the Los Angeles Chargers before the conclusion of the 2023 season due to Justin Herbert's season-ending injury. Greer initially entered the NFL as a 3rd-round draft pick in 2019 with the Carolina Panthers. His rookie season actually marks the last time he saw playing time. Greer started 2 games, losing both of them, while posting 0 touchdowns against 4 interceptions for a 53.8% completion rate and 33.2 passer rating. Will Greer was once highly touted QB in high school and college. Although Greer has spent the first 5 seasons of his career as a journeyman backup quarterback, he was once a highly touted quarterback before landing at the University of Florida in 2014. He was considered the 2nd-best dual-threat quarterback in his class and had multiple offers from big-time schools, including Auburn, Arkansas, and Tennessee. Greer was actually so accomplished in high school that he won the Parade National High School Player of the Year after throwing for 4,989 passing yards and a nation-best 77 touchdowns with 1,251 yards and 13 rushing touchdowns. However, he never established himself as the full-time starter with the Gators and eventually transferred from Florida to West Virginia after testing positive for a prohibited performance-enhancing supplement. Dallas Cowboys linked to Baltimore Ravens RB J.K. Dobbins, who could be ideal fit. Deuce Vaughn and Rico Dowdle are currently the top 2 running backs on the Cowboys roster, and that is not something the fanbase wants to see by the time the regular season begins. Ever since Ezekiel Elliott began his decline and eventual departure, the Dallas Cowboys have been trying to fix their running back situation. Now, as we approach yet another NFL draft, the Cowboys, who have just signed Rico Dowdle, now have to find another running back for their roster. Bleacher Report's Alex Ballantini has a suggestion in mind, and it's free agent running back J.K. Dobbins, the former 2nd-round pick from the Baltimore Ravens. Dobbins exploded out of his shell as a rookie in 2020, rushing for 805 yards, scoring 9 touchdowns, and averaging 6 yards per carry. When he's healthy, he has the tools and skill set to be a true elite NFL running back, but injuries have complicated his young career. J.K. Dobbins had a season-ending knee injury in 2021, and complications essentially derailed 2022 and 2023. He appeared in just 1 game this past year. Dallas Cowboys RB, J.K. Dobbins, Cowboys running back. Cowboys free agency J.K. Dobbins was injured for most of 2023 and is now a free agent. The former Ohio State standout, who rushed for just 22 yards last year, could see a resurgence with the Dallas Cowboys and being in the same backfield as Dak Prescott. At this point, he feels like the perfect back Dallas could sign to a team-friendly deal, and the upside should be intriguing for Jerry Jones and company. Baltimore Ravens 2020 2nd-rounder J.K. Dobbins could be a good fit for what the Dallas Cowboys are trying to do on offense. Recently suspended Cowboys WR named Most Interesting Michael Gallup replacements. The Cowboys made the unsurprising move of axing wide receiver Michael Gallup last week, designating him as a post-June 1st cut, which will save them $9.5 million off the books once we pass that date. In the meantime, the Cowboys remain cap-strapped and surprisingly nonchalant about the lack of improvements being made to the team. Replacing Gallup should be one of the big issues with which the team is wrestling. There were not many receivers on the market in free agency, and the Cowboys made no reported overtures to any of them. But the Cowboys need a third receiver behind CeeDee Lamb and Brandon Cooks, and it appears unlikely they're going to get one in free agency. They could address the spot in the draft. But they have a heap of needs that will require attention in the draft. Instead, it is more likely that the Cowboys will gamble on the players they already have in-house to address the number 3 spot. While former third-round pick Jalen Tolbert is the obvious candidate, USA Today's Cowboys Wire site brought up another name that could be an unexpected factor. Martavis Bryant, the former Steelers star who was, until recently, serving a 5-year NFL suspension because of substance abuse. Martavis Bryant, the most interesting option. Here's what Ben Grimaldi of Cowboys Wire wrote of Bryant. The most interesting option the Cowboys have is a veteran WR who was once one of the rising stars at the position. Bryant was a 4th-round pick who got off to a quick start in his career before fading because of suspensions due to violating the league's substance abuse policy on numerous occasions. Bryant hasn't played in the NFL since 2018, but in 44 games, he does have 18 total scores. When he is on his game, Bryant has the size, speed, and athletic ability to be a game-breaker. At 6'4", Bryant has the reach to bring down jump balls and could be a viable red zone threat to help improve some of the issues the offense had in that area in 2023. What a comeback story that would be. Bryant went to the Steelers out of Clemson in 2014, and made an impact as a rookie in Pittsburgh, scoring 8 touchdowns on just 26 catches and averaging 21.1 yards per catch. But Bryant was repeatedly suspended for substance abuse violations, which included suspensions that stretched for the entire 2016 season. Tired of his unreliability, the Steelers eventually traded Bryant to the Raiders, and shortly after that, in December 2018, he was finally hit with the indefinite suspension by NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell. He was reinstated by the NFL and signed by Dallas in November. He made an impression. The team brought him back on a futures contract in January. Cowboys have low bar for replacing Michael Gallup. If Bryant is anything close to what he was when we last saw him on an NFL field, he could still serve as a weapon. Replacing Gallup won't be difficult in terms of production. He had 34 catches and 418 yards on the season, and given Bryant's speed, size and acumen, he could bring a possession element to the offense that the team has been lacking. He is 32, though. It might be asking a lot to have him take over for Gallup. But Bryant, speaking after he was signed by the Cowboys in November, said that the time away has preserved his body and increased his hunger. "Sky's the limit for me, man," Bryant said. "I know I'm 32, but still fast, still big, still want to play football. I haven't lost anything, you know? More of a proving point to me. I got a lot of doubters out there, it's more me proving to myself that I still got it."